With details on WWE contracts and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. Returning to in-ring action last month on AEW Dynamite, Red Velvet went into detail on realizing she was not able to compete, saying this on Elijah Burke's Pope's Point of View podcast. In June 2022, I suffered a hip injury after my match with Stat. I was gone from June all the way to November. We really couldn't figure out what it was. There was no surgery for that. I just ended up doing PRP, getting rehab on it, and I was fine. I was back in November, had a couple of matches. Then February 2023, I suffered a knee injury, not during my match with Jade. I think the issue was a little before that. I felt a change in my knee, possibly after my first match with Billy Starks. We're wrestlers, so if something feels tweaked, you give it a couple of days, and nothing was crazy about it until my match with Jade when I did a simple Thez press, and as soon as I got up, I just knew something on my knee was stuck. It was stuck, wasn't straightening, but the adrenaline was out of this world. I had just converted to wearing pants, and I had 2 knee pads on top, my kick pads and pants, which I think held my knee together. Had I been wearing shorts, I think my knee could have possibly exploded or tore fully. Nobody really knew. I tore my medial and lateral meniscus. I tore my meniscus in 2018, and I re-tore it this time when I did the Thez press. It was apparently already torn because of the impact. The tear came out. I was getting stuff in my joint where the knee bends. There was no getting around that, but having to go in, cutting it off and all that put me on the shelf for 9 months. Following Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes continued his streak of giving props away as he decided to gift a fan a Christmas tree. Here's the clip.
I don't know. You probably need an SUV. Okay, Ivy's gonna pick y'all. We're putting it all on her. One more time. Who wants this tree? Right there? All right. Young lady, this tree belongs to you. I have no clue how you're gonna get it home. I hope you have an SUV. I don't even know how we're gonna get out of the ring. Tree is yours. Before we leave here tonight, guys, it's been a wonderful evening. Please, we're going into the holidays. Have a great holiday season. Enjoy your new year. Take care of one another. God bless. I love y'all guys. Good night.
After his departure from AEW in December of last year, William Regal had a 1-year clause preventing him from appearing on WWE television. This was said regarding plans to bring Regal back to TV by Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. I haven't heard anything about Regal being on TV, but I haven't asked either. CM Punk recently made an appearance on the Elite Comics 11 Instagram stream where he said this about his triple threat match against Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero in IWA Mid-South back in 2002. Oh god, a match? A match where I kind of figured things out? I really don't know. I'd really have to think about it, and maybe working with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero for the first time. We famously did a three-way in like a, I don't know, it was like a school gymnasium somewhere in Indianapolis, or it was somewhere in Indiana, or something like that for IWA Mid-South. It was when Eddie was in between jobs. Rey, WCW, had just kind of folded. Rey was one of the guys that was not signing with WWE right away, and that one kind of put me on the map, but it also gave me a lot of stuff that I knew I wasn't as good as I thought I was at that moment, you know? Working with pros like Rey and Eddie, and so it's just kind of set me down the path of there's a whole new bar for me after working with these guys, and I have to try to get to it, you know? And then working with Rey when I got called up to the main roster, the straight edge society stuff especially, you can compare and contrast CM Punk's from those two different time periods, and getting to work with Rey so frequently really felt like a level up, because that was like my litmus test. I could use Rey as a comparison, like, okay, I was here when I worked Rey last time. The father of the late Bray Wyatt, Mike Rotunda, mentioned how he has been following his son's passing, telling Wrestling Talk, "It's been really hard. We miss him every day. Growing up in the business, you always book stuff during the week because you're going to be wrestling on the weekends and TV. Wyndham and JoJo were supposed to get married yesterday. We miss Wyndham horribly, every day. Wyndham was the first one, and we would bring him on the road at 6 months old. They would come with me and stay on the road wherever I was wrestling, and it's so hard to wake up out of this nightmare, and he's still not there." I have to give WWE credit. They've done awesome helping our family out with a lot of different stuff. They put Wyndham on a Legends contract, and all the proceeds go to Wyndham. Has 4 children. Luckily, we have them. He was a jolly fellow. He loved to laugh. He was loud. He was always laughing, and he lit up a room. He lit up the wrestling business. People come up to me and have a story with Wyndham. They say he took the time to sit there and BS with me for 10 or 15 minutes when he's supposed to be signing autographs. So many people come up and support him by wearing his stuff, and they have a story about him. He was that kind of person. We miss him badly. Previously, reports suggested that Xavier Woods could have been undergoing a medical evaluation weeks ago. Now, an update has been given on his status, as PW Insider said. While we have not confirmed the nature of the issue, we are told Woods is banged up and has been taken off the road to heal up. We are told Woods was in Birmingham, Alabama a few weeks ago as well. New Day was being advertised for the Raw brand holiday tour dates post-Christmas, but now that has been changed to just Kofi Kingston. After losing their apartment and belongings in a fire, NWA stars are asking for help, as Flash Thompson wrote on GoFundMe. "Hey everyone, so myself, Thomas Thompson, and Jesse Yamajewski recently were greatly affected by a fire in our apartment building, which resulted in a near total loss of our property. Jesse and myself really are reluctant to even have to do this, but we're just asking for anything any of y'all can chip in. We thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts." AEW star CJ Perry recently underwent surgery. As she posted this last night on X, "I have been in the ER and hospital for over 50 hours. The infection has gotten worse and I'm going into surgery tonight. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I love you all." Her husband, Miro, then followed up with a photo after the procedure, as we wish her a speedy recovery. With many excited to see where MJF will end up after becoming a free agent soon, the AEW World Champion was asked if he had re-signed with All Elite Wrestling, as he replied on the SI Media podcast, "I've been saying the same thing about my contract expiration date. I never lied. January 1st, 2024. When stuff like that gets leaked out, it makes me laugh, because I remember something leaked out about Cody Rhodes having secretly re-signed and then he showed up in WWE. Something got leaked out about, CM Punk and Tony Khan, or, I think fans leak out things that they want to be true. I love AEW. I want to stay in AEW. After this pay-per-view, World's End, it's time to assess the situation for a professional setting, so not yet, I haven't re-signed." MJF was also asked if he would be able to be himself in WWE, to which he said, I just don't know how the F you put a leash on me, and I swear to God, that's my honest opinion. I'm sorry I've now cursed twice. I don't think anybody can hold me back from being the monster I am. I think my career trajectory in any company is going to be exactly the same. Do I think in some aspects AEW fits me like a glove more so than anywhere else? Yeah, I do. Could an argument be made the other way around? Yeah, I'm sure. These are all things I have to think about. What I do now, whatever company I pick, it will be because it feels right and it means the most to me. When it comes to WWE's internal response to the contract situation with MJF and AEW, it was reported for House of Wrestling that one higher-up WWE source responded simply with storyline. Another higher-up source at WWE reiterated that they have heard Friedman had re-signed last year and believe it happened before his return at AEW All Out 2022 as the Devil. It went on to say that Friedman is locked in and got a huge deal when he renegotiated his contract with Tony Khan last year. Taking to X, Solo Sikoa posted an old video of himself dancing with the caption, "When it's almost Christmas and you know you've been good." Solo would end up setting his post to private after this. Going over plans for the Women's Tag Team Championships, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that they're going to do Natalya and Tegan Nox versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, which will probably be Stark and Baszler going over, leading to them facing Chance and Carter, which, you know, I like the idea of Baszler against Katana Chance. You've got the big bully and the little woman. I think there's a nice dynamic there. Zoe's a good worker, so that plays into it too. There was a custom WWE Slim Jim car made, a Nissan Z, that has apparently been stolen, as the VP and general manager of snacks at Conagra Brand said. "We knew we had something special with our custom car, but had no idea it would be in such demand that someone would steal it. We continue to work closely with the authorities, and we ask anyone if they spot it to report it to the LAPD." Posting a throwback photo, Akira Tozawa showed how far he has come physically, writing, "I was cute." For a health update on a Bloodline member and former WWE star, this was said on Facebook regarding Afa Anoa'I, who is 81. On the 17th, Afa had 2 exploratory heart procedures to check his valves. In his own words, "I kicked out before the one. He is home and doing very well. Nothing keeps a wild Samoan down. His follow-up appointment is on the 20th to go over next steps. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he may need a valve replacement, but he's up and at it working hard on the WXW seminar on January 13th and the first show of the year, February 17th, with proceeds to benefit the Alzheimer's Association." Afa was joking with and signing autographs for the hospital staff. Making his name during the Attitude Era of WWE for his impersonations, Jason Sensation revealed he needs to undergo emergency surgery, posting these videos to X.
So just an FYI of what's going on, just to everybody who's been taking this journey with me. I'm so grateful to everybody, people I know, family, friends, people I don't know, strangers. Just I'm so grateful for the outpour of love and support, and it's really been helping me. And I'm sincerely grateful, as I'm just as grateful to everybody in this hospital, everybody in the hospital across the street who's taken part in saving my life. I mean, every single person that works in this hospital is a lifesaver. They're all part of the team that betters our lives and saves our lives. And I'm completely grateful to all healthcare practitioners. And yeah, so unfortunately, I've been bumped from my open heart surgery, from my double bypass surgery. There's someone who had a 10-hour surgery come in, someone who came in for a 10-hour emergency surgery that bumped me today. And yeah, my heart goes out to that person, and I'm just keeping them in my prayers as everyone's kept me in theirs. So yeah, Christmas time, and I think the scheduling's been tough. I've been going through a lot of the scheduling back and forth. I had an angiogram. They found all these blockages. They were going to do another angiogram, so I've been back and forth a lot, and it's been changing a lot. So they figured, and then it's been changing a lot. So they figured, and then they finally decided on it's because it's two surgical teams making the decisions. So one surgical team wanted another angiogram. The other surgical team wanted a bypass surgery. They wanted to just go in and fix everything. They could think they can give me a new lease on life. So I guess that decision has been going back and forth while I was being brought back and forth. But anyhow, so I think all parties involved decided, let's give a date that we can for sure give him the surgery, and let's let him go home for Christmas because he's been through a lot. So that's what they're doing, and I'm just taking care of myself at home as if I would be in the hospital. I'm not gonna stress myself or go out or run around or try to do anything. I'm just gonna take it easy, have my first Christmas by myself and take it easy, and I'm grateful for everything. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up as to what's going on. I will be doing my surgery a couple of days after Christmas. So thank you for all the prayers, and I will keep them intact until then. And all the well wishes and support, again, means the world to me. Completely grateful. Jason appreciation, utmost love and respect to all. Peace, love,
In the Hulk Hogan way, brother.
take care everyone. Bye-bye.
Asked if she'd like to end her run in pro wrestling with WWE, Becky Lynch told Strutting from Gorilla, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Growing up, WWE is what I watched, it's what I loved, it's the reason I became a professional wrestler. Now, having been in it, I love the people, I love the audience, and I love being able to be an important part of change. I love that I get to continue to drive that and that my voice matters in WWE. I feel listened to, and I feel we've been able to change the landscape of women's wrestling forever. That feels very special to me. It's my home. It's where I was born as a professional wrestler in many ways in terms of my influence, and it's where I'll retire. Apparently, Dominik Mysterio will be sticking around in WWE long term, as it was said that Dominik Mysterio recently signed a new WWE deal. PWInsider.com has confirmed with multiple sources. The signing actually took place a month or so back. It is believed by one source to be a 5-year contract. The second source confirmed Mysterio signed a new deal but was unsure of the length. It looks as though Rey Mysterio is staying as an active part of WWE as well, with Ringside News writing. We previously reported over the last day that Dominik Mysterio signed a new WWE contract a while ago. Rey Mysterio also inked a new deal, both believed to be 5-year contracts. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and others have deals that expire in 2024. WWE may want to do whatever it takes to keep those superstars with them, and that will include opening up their bank account to write some big checks. It was previously reported that WWE is expected to offer huge contracts to keep top superstars from entering free agency. This tactic seems to be working because it is helping them lock down some big-time deals. Now, WWE has a lot of things in the future that they can work toward. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer stated that the belief is that Rey Mysterio's new WWE contract is a 5-year deal. That could be a very long deal for him at this stage in his career. It was stated that if Rey Mysterio's new WWE contract is indeed a 5-year agreement, then he will be 54 years old by the time that deal expires. That will keep Rey Mysterio in the company for a lot longer than many expected him to be a full-time performer. The specifics of Rey Mysterio's new deal with WWE are not known at this time. For more details regarding Charlotte Flair's injury, as she is set to be out for 9 months, it was said that Charlotte Flair suffered a torn ACL, a torn meniscus, and a torn MCL when she fell from the top rope while wrestling Asuka. She will be having surgery as soon as it can be scheduled, PWInsider.com is told. The belief, although not confirmed, is that she suffered a strained neck in the fall as well. While Charlotte Flair is set to be out of action for most of next year with an injury, there is an update on her contract status, with it said that Fightful has learned that Charlotte Flair agreed to a contract extension with WWE recently that will keep her with WWE for several more years. Medusa had said on her podcast recently that she'd heard this as well, and it took quite a while for people within the company to hear the same. Ringside News added, "This contract extension marks the first post-TKO merger deal and predates the reported extensions for Dominik and Rey Mysterio. Notably, it includes a substantial increase in compensation compared to her previous contract, standing as one of the most lucrative deals offered to a woman in WWE's history. The inclusion of a travel bus in the agreement aligns with the growing trend among professional wrestlers." And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.